Over the last year, PlayStation has made major moves to let the gaming world know that they are going to remain one of the top gaming companies in the industry. By launching PlayStation Plus, a merger and complete overhaul of their previous system, PlayStation has positioned itself to be the exclusive cloud gaming service. Now, can PlayStation competitively transition over to the cloud, or are they expecting you to support the cause on name alone? We have a full breakdown of all the tiers and features that the platform has to offer, including the devices you can play on. Let's begin. Now, you may be wondering, what is PlayStation Plus and how does it work?
I don't know.
To make it super simple, think of Netflix or Spotify for PlayStation games. Once you subscribe, you're given full access to a game library, and each title can be played for however long you want at no additional cost. Choosing and playing a game is as simple as point and click, and unlike other platforms, you aren't required to purchase each individual title. There are no queues for you to wait in to get into each game, and you can play for however long you want. You do have to wait for your game session to load, but you aren't waiting in a virtual line for your session to begin. PlayStation Plus breaks down its access to games and features into its three tiers: Essential, Extra, and Premium. And currently, PlayStation Plus can be played on your PlayStation 4 or 5 system and on your PC through the PS Plus app. Library and game progress is saved in a cloud storage system, and saves are done automatically through gameplay. Currently, there is no dedicated PS Plus mobile app, so the only way to play on mobile devices is using the remote play feature. While this is a legitimate option, it isn't available for anyone who doesn't own a PS4 or PS5 console, and there is no compatibility with the PC app. The PlayStation Plus service is broken down into three tiers, with each increasing in game access, perks, and special features. The Essential tier is the entry-level subscription to the platform. If you want to play online multiplayer, you have to purchase this regardless. With an Essential tier membership, you get monthly games, which are free games to add to your library. New titles are added each month and are yours to keep. Exclusive discounts on game titles and exclusive game packs, which include skins, weapons, and DLC. 100 gigabytes of cloud storage. SharePlay, which is a system that allows your friends to connect to your console, take control, and help you in your game session. And what is possibly the best part of the Essential tier, the PlayStation Plus Collection. This is a catalog of popular PS4 game exclusives, including God of War and The Last of Us. The collection is advertised as PS5 only, but the games are available on all compatible devices. Free-to-play games like Fortnite and Apex Legends don't require a PS Plus subscription to play online, but these titles are currently only available on the console version of the platform. Honestly, it really only makes sense to have an Essential or Extra tier subscription if you're a console-only player. Games have to be downloaded in order to play them, and you can only stream games with a premium tier membership. The time it takes to download each game can vary, and it depends on your internet speeds and the size of the game, so be prepared to wait. The PC version of PS Plus does not allow you to download games to your computer or your cloud storage. And this really doesn't make much sense, because what's the purpose of offering the Essential and Extra tier to PC users along with 100 gigabytes of cloud storage if you can't even download any games at this level?
That does not make sense.
So if you're a PC only player, the first two tiers of PS Plus are pretty much useless for you. However, if you own a PS4 or PS5, the Essential tier is actually a pretty solid option. The Extra tier includes all the features from the Essential tier, plus now you also have access to the PS Plus game catalog, which includes a number of exclusive titles. In addition, you're also going to be getting access to the Ubisoft Plus Classics collection. This is another special catalog of Ubisoft games that gets updated regularly. Unlike other platforms, this access comes at no additional cost and remains active as long as your PS Plus Extra or Premium subscription remains active. You can access these games on all available devices, but again, games can only be downloaded on console systems, and cloud streaming is only available with premium tier memberships. Now, if you aren't a fan of Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy games, or the Far Cry series, then this isn't a big push for you at all. But for those who do, this is actually a great deal for some of Ubisoft's biggest titles. There is a big difference between Ubisoft Plus on other platforms and the Ubisoft Plus Classics collection on PS Plus. Also, there aren't clear details on how long each of these titles last in the collection, so we have to assume that games may come and go. But at the end of the day, you're getting a lot of really popular AAA games for only a few dollars more. Other platforms are going to require you to pay an extra $15 a month on top of your subscription costs just to get the full version. The premium tier is the highest membership currently available on the platform. It adds all the features from the previous tiers, but we also include the PS Classics library, game trials, and cloud streaming. Think of the premium tier as the silver key that fully unlocks a sports car's full potential. The essential and extra tier almost seem like an afterthought once we get to the premium level, and you'll see why. The PS Classic game library is a large collection of PlayStation games from PlayStation 1 through 3 and the PSP system. This includes beloved series like God of War, Kingdom Hearts, Jak, BioShock, Ratchet & Clank, and Tekken. Game trials are long-form demos of newer games, and these are updated as new titles are announced and released. These do have to be downloaded, and there is a time limit on how long you can play each title. And for what we've all been waiting for, we finally get to cloud streaming. The purpose of this feature is really about why we started this channel and the best aspects about cloud gaming. No hardware, no need for super powerful computers, and no download times. All you need is a membership, a gamepad, and a headset. Cloud streaming is truly what we mean when we say point and click, and PC-only players can now actively utilize and enjoy the platform. A premium tier membership truly gives you access to everything that PS Plus has to offer. With your subscription, you'll get all the other features in the previous tiers and the largest game library on the service. So that includes the standard game catalog, the PlayStation game exclusives, the Ubisoft Classics, and the PlayStation Plus collection, as well as the PS Classics library, all in one tier. So how much is PS Plus going to set you back? Each tier increases in price as you approach premium, with the essential tier at $10 per month. PS Plus does provide some flexibility in how you manage your payments, with monthly, quarterly, and yearly payment options. The essential tier is $10 per month, a quarterly price of $25 every 3 months, or a yearly price of $60. The extra tier tacks on an extra $5 at $15 a month, $40 quarterly, and $100 annually. The premium tier is the most expensive tier available, starting at $18 a month, $50 quarterly, and $120 annually. I'd highly recommend anyone looking to subscribe to take advantage of the long-term pricing if you plan to be a recurring member. You'll be paying the same price if you pay for the essential tier at a monthly rate versus paying for the premium tier one time each year. Now of course $120 out the gate can seem like a lot.
You'll never get a cent out of me!
But you're covered for the entire year and you're playing on the best tier available on the service. Now of course, if you don't want to fully commit, test out each tier to see what works best for you.
It's fine. It's fine.
But when looking at what each tier offers, I personally don't see the purpose of purchasing the essential or extra tiers. PC only players can't even utilize the library unless they have a premium membership, and essential and extra tier members have to download every game they want to play to their consoles. I don't know, maybe this was done intentionally to push people to buy more premium memberships. PS Plus may have all these games and special features, but how well do games play on the platform? PlayStation Plus isn't an incredibly demanding service, but they do require you to at least have an i3 core processor, 300 megabytes of storage, and at least 2 gigs of RAM available. For an even better gaming experience, PlayStation Plus recommends having a 3.5 GHz Intel core or a 3.8 GHz AMD A10 processor. PS Plus currently streams games at a max resolution of 1080p, but this doesn't go for every title available. Each game streams at their native resolution, meaning games can range from 720p up to 1080p. Expect a max resolution of 720p for the majority, if not all, of the PS Classic library games up into the PlayStation 3 titles. PC players have a way to scale their games using their graphics cards, but I wouldn't get my hopes up expecting a huge jump in graphics quality. Don't expect Tekken 2 to magically scale up and look like Tekken 7. Recent updates have enabled the PS5 to boost its resolutions to higher levels, and some games do have 4K capabilities, but this doesn't apply to all titles. PlayStation Plus also doesn't currently allow us to do in-game benchmarks, so we weren't able to accurately measure how each game performs. However, in our experience, games do play smoothly, of course as long as you have a strong internet connection and low latency. PS Plus recommends at least a 5 megabits broadband connection, which isn't incredibly powerful, but of course use what's in your means. We personally recommend cloud gamers a minimum download speed of 50 megabits per second for those who are using the essential and extra tiers. We also recommend gamers to play on a wired Ethernet connection, but for Wi-Fi we recommend at least 5 GHz. Playing more graphically demanding games like Horizon Forbidden West require more power to remain a crisp picture. When we played over a Wi-Fi connection, the game continuously lagged and distorted until the service couldn't handle it and crashed. Mind you, this was also in a house shared by a family of 4, so take this into consideration if you're going to have to share bandwidth. On the other hand, a wire connection gave a beautiful picture, so keep this in mind for new games that come to PS Plus from here on out. We of course will be reviewing more games on the platform soon, so stay tuned for more content. Mouse and keyboard play also aren't currently available, meaning you must use a compatible PS4 gamepad. Surprisingly, PS Plus does allow players to use Xbox One controllers. And I'm not saying this to be a bad thing, it's great that PS Plus doesn't force you to buy a PS4 gamepad in order to use their service. But again, it doesn't make much sense at the fact that you can let me use a competitor's controller, but PS5 controllers still aren't compatible on PC.
Does it make sense? No.
However, if you want to take advantage of the controller movement features or utilize the PlayStation touchpad, you must use at least a PS4 controller. In all honesty, if you're a PS5 owner, PS Plus is truly made for you. With a premium subscription, you truly have complete access to everything the platform has to offer. Unless you're playing on a PS5, you're getting cut off from a number of extra features, all because you're not on a current gen console. I mentioned some PS5 features in the tier breakdown, but in addition to everything else, you also get access to the PS Plus collection. While the titles are available on all devices, the collection is advertised as PS5 only. So my point is that we really don't know how many more games or features will only be on the PS5 and not on any of the other devices. There's even a PS5 feature called Game Boost, which increases the graphics quality of old PS4 games, some included in that PS Plus collection. I can understand this for PS4, it's a 10-year-old game system, but the lack of all these features on the desktop version of PS Plus makes it seem like it was thrown together as an afterthought. The PS5 is current gen, I get it, but I do sense a bit of favoritism, and this will only push people away. Yes, companies want to make sure they're getting enough sales on their current product. But if people know they're paying the same price for a service, but only a certain group of people get all the features, people will question if they should even use the platform. PlayStation Plus has made some major changes since moving from PlayStation Now and merging features from other services, but there are still some serious issues that need to be resolved. I'm sure you all can guess which one has gotten me the most frustrated. PS Plus needs to show more love to the PC version of the platform and update the look of it. The majority of the footage for this video comes from the console version of the platform. Gameplay on PC isn't bad at all. I've marked and shown the difference between console and PC footage. They're nearly identical. It's all about the dashboard and the user interface. The PS4 and PS5 version look so much nicer and are way more interactive than PC. When both versions are literally night and day, I have to wonder why PC wasn't given the same treatment. PlayStation Plus needs to increase the max resolution in FPS for the platform. Even bumping up to 1080p 60 FPS across the board would be great for the service. And it would make PS Plus a more attractive platform for those who are hesitant to try it. Newer games like God of War, Horizon, and Ghost of Tsushima can be played at 1080p and look pretty good. But the lower FPS makes games look rougher and grainy at times, especially during high-speed movement and gameplay. Talking about PS5 only features, this is a big issue hurting the popularity of PlayStation Plus. There needs to be some synergy across devices that use the service. If the PS5 features could at least come to the PC version of the platform, more PC players would be willing to pay for a subscription. I can understand that the PS4 would not get these upgrades since it's last gen, but the PC version should at least be keeping up with the current gen console. A dedicated mobile app would do numbers for the service. A big draw for services like GeForce Now and Shadow is that you can easily go from your phone to your tablet to your PC and back in any order whenever you want. PlayStation does have remote play, but you have to have a working PS4 or PS5 console, and this isn't as streamlined as an all-in-one mobile app. Now this will also require the synergy across devices since the service works differently depending on the device you play on. However, mobile gaming is becoming ever more popular, and a dedicated mobile app would open up the service to millions of more players. So is PS Plus worth your time in 2023? Even with the needed improvements, I think it is for sure. As soon as you sign up for your membership, even if it may be the most expensive one, you get immediate access to a large library of games that you can play at any time for however long you desire. You'll never have to pay for a game to play it, anything you see is fair game. On top of that, if you take advantage of their long-term subscription options, it's actually cheaper to get their most expensive tier for an annual price than it is to pay for their least expensive tier on a monthly basis. If you're a high school or college student, platforms like PlayStation Plus are perfect for you. Other than the upfront cost for an annual membership, it is the most cost-effective way to game other than playing free-to-play games only. And if you were like me and didn't get a chance to play many of the older PlayStation games growing up, the PlayStation Classics library lets you replay a lot of older games without having to hunt down and find a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or a PSP system. Overall, there are several things that must be improved, especially if PS Plus wants to catch up to the competition. But with the changes they've made since last year, they're on the right track. I can honestly say PS Plus can only go up from here. It is worth it for all cloud gamers and PlayStation fans, and with the improvements, it can become a premier platform amongst the other titans of the industry. What did I miss? Did you disagree with anything I mentioned? Then please comment down below. We love to hear your feedback from all of our videos. If you enjoyed this before you buy, please like the video. If you enjoyed this type of content, consider subscribing, join our membership, or even become a member of our Patreon. For more news, gameplay, comparisons, and much more, stay tuned to the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle. I'm Hefe, and you're doing good PS Plus, but I want you to be great.